Hello, hello, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XI. So today we're going to go back and do all those Serpent General quests so we can get the trust associated with them. I basically just got home from work and took a shower and hopped on, so we're right where we left off basically, except I was able to get the Hydrangea and just a few kills when I got back, so I was actually just gonna kill like all the trolls I could see, and then all the trolls I could see ran dry, and they dropped the Hydrangea anyway, so it was kind of just like, oh, okay, well, good for us. Now I don't know though. The BG Wiki does not list any other midnight or game day waits for us, so hopefully we don't run into any more of those. I think I might just go ahead and go through all of the Serpent Generals, because that'll net us yet another trust option. Actually, another 2 trust options. We have 3 of the Serpent General trusts. We have Ruhajin and Milia Leopo, because the developers decided that for records of imminence, they would just gift you the ciphers for well, I don't know, maybe we got Ruhajin from a logging campaign. I know that the ROEs they grant you Milia Leopo. Which without that, the next couple of quests would actually get us her anyway. But she's like your first white mage. And a lot of people don't like her because she has the AoE club water attack scouring bubbles or something like that. But she's probably actually pretty good, considering the other day I saw that she had the Afflatus Solus or whatever. So I might try using her more in the future. But then the other Serpent General we already have is Najalith, which is the archer one. And at least I think we have her. I might be thinking of my other character. Let's see. Nope, we've got her, Najalith, yep. She, we got her from some sort of logging campaign as well. And, I don't know why they let us do that or have that or whatever. So, that's the thing they did. It's the thing they let us have. So, there's that. And, I joined a Discord server recently that was like for this really cool chick that plays the harp on YouTube. You might have seen her. Her channel name is Harpsyboard, and she does a lot of harp covers of Final Fantasy and other video game music. Why must the sun crawl through the sky at such a leisurely pace? The story, my dear, the story! Yes, the story, where was I? Such cruelty. Our hero was about to meet the Empress as the audience turns blue, holding its collective breath. That's where you were. Oh, the Empress. Ah yes, the Empress addresses... Ruhajin, word of your valor in the field of battle has reached the palace. Your magnificence is too kind. You have been confined to the barracks until now? Yes, Grand Vizier. You have done well. You have been done a great disservice. Your magnificence need not apologize. Ruhajin, do you know why Her Magnificence is aware of your deeds? I am sure I do not. You are beloved by the soldiers. The palace has been inundated with requests for your release. We sympathize with their outrage. You are a mighty warrior that was has protected the capital and her people, including your magnificence. Ruhajin, in recognition of your heroics, you are hereby appointed to the position of Sky Serpent General. I assume you understand the implications of this title. Sir, for the Empire's time of greatest need, Emperor Othalam created a title that conferred ultimate authority on the bearer in matters of national defense. It is our wish that you devote your life to the defense of the Empire. I am honored beyond words. I swear to uphold this duty until the last drop of blood spills from my veins. We have faith in your commitment. The blade is a gift from Her Magnificence. It is a national treasure said to have been wielded by the great hero Balron himself. We believe you will prove a fitting master. You offer me the Al Ghul? I'm speechless. Hey, we had one of those once. It's actually what drops from Cerberus. Are you ready for your first duty as Sky Serpent General? As you are aware, the Empire stands on the brink of unprecedented peril, beset by enemies from both the east and the west. This nation needs talented commanders, without concern for lineage or station. It falls to you to gather such leaders, to stand against the coming storm. Understood. I will seek out the most valiant warriors of Atargan and judge their quality with my own eyes. We have faith you will not fail us, our mighty Sky Serpent General. And thus Ruhajin became the Sky Serpent General and the protector of Alzabi. Wonderful, so that's the tale of how such a young man came to hold such a heavy responsibility. How does the story continue? When does he meet the other Serpent Generals? After confirming that the trolls and the Mamulja were too weak to mount another offensive, General Ruhajin set off to the east. For some time, the Imperial Army had underestimated the strength of the Beastmen in the west and positioned the great bulk of its forces along the eastern front. And that's when he encountered the first of his recruits. Haha, burn, burn, burn! General Gadalar's brigade had fallen into an enemy ambush. He was single-handedly occupying the Yagudo to give his troops a chance to escape. Damn it, someone's been busy with the egg-laying. That should be enough of you to fuel a decent blaze. Farega! Well, that's actually Farega 3, but you know, whatever. Who goes there? I am an ally from the western capital. I came when I heard of your plight. I don't... Why do my enemies all try the same trick? Beata! Sir, there's no time for chai and sweetmeats. There are reports of Mamulja scouts in the city. In the city? Whoa, you're General Ruhajin. You're even more dashing and noble than I imagined. A fine hero if there ever was one. You must allow me to immortalize you in verse. How does Saga of the Sky Serpent sound for a title? Who is this gentleman? Beata, were you telling stories about me? My apologies, sir. But it was this man's attendant that found your... Ah yes, that was you two? It is I who must apologize. Nothing to apologize for. Scrambling up the steep crags of Halfhung, battling through a small army of vicious trolls, facing certain death. These things are of no consequence, hardly worthy of gratitude. That day I saw true courage and compassion. And every day now, even in the thick of battle, one glance at this ribbon reminds me of those things, the things I fight to protect. Will you give me the honor of your name? Calm Wind. I thank you. Ah, and you too, of course, my splendid bard. I am honored to fight shoulder to shoulder with such courageous mercenaries. Dun dun dun. I don't think we have the zone or anything. I think we just talked to him again. Oh boy, this bard is lying to try to get in bed with this Mithra or this Hume. You're amazing, Mr. Fariwari. Did you brave the terrors of Halvang all alone? Why, of course. Well, my attendant, Calm Wind, was there. But I may as well have been alone. That bumbling attendant of mine was constantly losing his way, and even tried walking up to a troll to ask directions. Such an adorable fool. But with my extensive combat training from the Order of Militant Bards, a score of or more smelly beastmen is nothing I can't handle. Now, Calm Wind was most contrite and apologetic once I had saved his skin from an unfortunate flaying. His expression was really quite priceless. Allow me to recreate the scene. Oh! When did you get here? Mr. Fariwari, who is this person? Well, yes, this is that attendant I mentioned. Oh, the one who brought the trolls down on you. The adorable fool who you saved from an unfortunate flaying? Let's not be so... that is to say... Fariwari looks at you with pleading eyes. Oh dear. My most humble apologies, my dears, but it seems Fariwari the Eloquent must return to his quill and parchment. I shall regale you with heroic tales another time. Aww. No more stories. Ahem. Please excuse an entertainer's proclivity for embellishment. Who were those ladies, you ask? You do recall my recently penned epic, Saga of the Sky Serpent. It's been rather well received by the locals. Wherever I go, I'm surrounded by legions of Fariwari fans. I've even had one enthusiastic Mithra child peeking into my room at night, from the third floor window, no less. There is also a Hume lady whose aim, it seems, is to keep my mailbox full to bursting with an endless stream of love letters. But a bard's life is more than just basking in the accolades of countless admirers. No, a minstrel may not rest on his laurels when there are sequels to be scribbled. That's right, Fariwari is once again dipping his quill into the ink of inspiration. I have already begun laying the groundwork for the next chapter in my saga. Do you remember the lovely Beata, senior adjutant to Sky Serpent General Ruha Jean? She has promised to be my muse and relate the continuation of her Serpent General's story. Is it not perfect? That small gathering of fans was nothing more than a coincidence. In truth, I am here to meet Beata as soon as her shift on the wall is over. I'm sure you would love to hear the rest of the tale, yes? Oh, that piercing gaze. Not to worry, I'll be sending you off to fight fiends in Foul Fortresses this time around. Or I'll not be sending you off to fight fiends in Foul Fortresses this time around. And speaking of the lady herself... Come now, Calm Wind, feel free to join me in this moment of literary history. And by free, I mean your presence won't be paid for. Oh, this guy. This guy. Ah, the breathtaking Beata. It seems 1,000 winters have frozen my heart since last I gazed upon the warmth of your smile. I'm sorry to keep you waiting. Hello, aren't you the mercenary I met last time? Calm Wind, wasn't it? General Ruhajin commends you on your bravery. Why, that was but a trifle. Fariwari has not stopped hounding me for information about the other Serpent Generals. I am not disinclined to cooperate, especially if such a work could spread the fame and glory of the Sky Serpent General. Exactly, exactly! Now, where would you like me to start? Why, where you left off, my dear. And where was that again? Such insensitivity. General Ruhajin had just encountered Gadalar on the Eastern Front. Ah, now I remember. I can pick up the tale. Sky Serpent General had found his first recruit. Damn you, Ruhajin, I thought I told you to stay out of my way. I can handle these pawns. Perhaps. General Gadalar, too often you place yourself in danger to shield your troops from harm. Shield my... You should place more trust in your men. They will fight all the more ferociously when allowed to stand alongside their general. A nice theory. And you could unleash the full fury of your fiery incantations if I held the enemy at a distance with my blade. Do as you wish. Don't blame me when your eyebrows are singed off by my salamander flame. I'll take my chances. In this way, General Ruhajin sought out the nation's mightiest heroes and brought them here to serve in the capital. Including the Sky Serpent himself, these heroes are 5 in number. The same number of serpents said to serve Sahak, the symbol of Octagon. Hey, you got one of each race. How about that? Wait, actually, he didn't get a Tarataru, did he? The legend of these servants gave rise to their collective title, Serpent Generals. And that's how the story ends. Well, what? That's the end? That's all? Is there a problem? The problem? This is a travesty. You've skipped over half the vital elements of the tale. Vital elements? You know, the friendships and the falling outs, the anger and the passion, everything that makes a story worth hearing. I don't know that it was all that dramatic. Here I'm getting at, don't you, Calm Wind? I get that I want to hear more. I want to hear more. I'm afraid I don't know much about any of the generals besides General Ruhajin. You don't know? Well, I'm an adjutant to Sky Serpent General Ruhajin. I can't be expected to have intimate knowledge of... Of course! Why don't you speak with the generals themselves? Speak with the generals? I'd be happy to make the introductions. I really don't think that can help. Flame Serpent General, what can you tell me about the formation of the Serpent Generals? Don't call me that. I could just hear the Flame Serpent Generals. I told you not to call me that. Damn. So I barely lived past my initial greeting. It seems, my dear Beata, you are my only safe source of inspiration. But a bard must risk life and limb to craft a believable tale. Oh ho! Now whose life and limbs do I risk? My loyal attendant! You shall loosen the forked tongue of the Serpent Generals and gather those vital elements in my place. I beg of you. Yeah, sure, why not? Excellent. A fitting response from the attendant to Fariwari the Courageous, and seldom cowardly. Just a moment. No matter how famous or infamous our bard friend is, Kalman is only recognized as a simple mercenary. I doubt the generals will take the time for idle chit-chat over chai and sutlak. But my saga, there must be something we can do. You ask for much. So all is lost? My masterpiece, melting away before me like morning mist. I did not say it was impossible. I have it. If we cannot reach the generals, perhaps their aids will be more accessible. As luck would have it, I'm well acquainted with Gwish and Talhal, the adjutant to the Gale and Stone Serpent Generals. Shall I write you a letter of introduction? My sweet savior, your fine favor has my spirit soaring in joyous rapture. You're welcome? Did you hear my stalwart attendant? You are free rein to interview this general's subordinates. Once again, the success of the Ballad of the Century rests on your steady shoulders. Okay. So basically, at this point, we have to go to Alzabi. And because we have Beata's letter of introduction, we will actually be able to do the quests that will allow us to see more lore on the Serpent Generals and get them as trusts.
Sorry for yawning.
Oh, we don't actually... Is there no home point in Al Zabi to pick up? I thought... Huh. Well, I guess it's not all that bad. We don't have anything to fight. We might as well use our sprinter shoes as well. Because we won't have to fight anything that I'm aware of since we already collected all the items we need. We just have to run around and get all these cutscenes. So... look at all these friends on my friends list that are on. I don't recognize this one for some reason. I don't know where I met them. I'm having a devil of a time. They're either someone very old that was on my friends list before who came back to the game, or there's someone I added at some point on a spur of the moment who just so happened to accept my friend's request. And I wish they'd send me a tell, but part of me thinks if they're not someone from back in the day, that they're Japanese and just accepted my friend request just because. But I don't really know for sure, so I'm just kind of operating at a loss here. I guess I consider myself, but you know, what kind of... You know, isn't it kind of silly to like send someone to tell and be like, hey, who are you again? There's his Arg. And there's Tahal. Hey, Tahal. Tell me things. Ah, you're here to weasel some stories out of me for that saga of the Sky Serpent everyone's been talking about. I knew someone would come poking around sooner or later. I mean, how could you compose a ballad about the Serpent Generals and leave out the mighty Zazarg? Head on back to the Shara Rat Tea House. I'll come by once my stint on the wall is done. Okay. So that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. And Najalith, even though we don't need her for a trust right now, in order to get the finest one. You can often find her in Wajuan Woodlands during her off-duty hours. Staring sadly at some arrow, huh? Okay, that's interesting, that's interesting. But... okay, and actually, wait a second. Huh, sure enough, there's not a home point in here, is there? I could have sworn there used to be one, like near one of the outer gates, but I guess maybe they removed them because of besieged. Because I guess it would be possible if you died and home pointed during a besieged, you would automatically be participant in besieged where the strongest monsters would be, and you'd be getting killed over and over again. But maybe I'm just remembering wrong. When our inventory loads, we'll see if we... Apparently this one quest for Zazarg is going to take us to the lay point, which we have the old Duum ring to go to. So, come on, inventory, please load in. Let's see. Not in there. I'm deeply yawning and I'm sorry. But not that sorry. Oh, maybe it's in our wardrobe? Nope. Maybe wardrobe number 2? Also, no. Okay, it's not in our... Oh, wait, nope, it's in our log locker, okay. Well, we're close enough to the Moa house, we can go grab that. I mean, mounting up wouldn't take that much longer, but... if I got an excuse to use my old dual ring, then why not? What is it, Calmwind? Now's not the time for dawdling in tea houses. You must... Ah, you're here. I finally managed to find someone to cover my post. So this is the bard I've heard so much about. He's a lot less robust than the rumors make him out to be. Well, never mind. You don't need brawn to listen to a good story, and that's what I've got here for you today. Oh ho! You're acquainted with the Zagzarg, the Stone Serpent General. Simply wonderful. Ahem. Where are my manners? I'm Fariwari the Eloquent, and never long-winded, composer of heroic sagas and heart-rending ballads. Heroic sagas, huh? Do you have some grievance with my work? You gotta admit it's strange. I mean, General Ruhajin is an impressive soldier, but how can you write a heroic saga and not choose General Zazarg for your primary character? Well, that is to say, that is the most valid opinion. Most valid. Allow me to explain. In order to have the martial might of the Stone Serpent General truly shine, it was necessary to introduce some of the other generals first. For the sake of comparison, you understand. Does this allay your disapproval of my choice of order? I suppose. So what do you need to know? Why don't we start with the good general's homeland? His homeland? Yes, well, it's not unusual for one of the Galcan race to rise to such a lofty... Yeah. Well, is it not unusual for one of the Galcan race to rise to such a lofty position in the Empire? It's not that he tries to hide his origins, but General Zazarg is not a native of Vatargan. Truly, yet he holds the title of general, and he is from an imperial colony, or a protectorate of the Empire? Nothing like that. General Zazarg was born in the Middlelands, nation of Bastok. Bastok? From an imperial perspective, it is a desolate, inhospitable territory ruled by a wealthy noble class that prizes profit above all else. According to the Stone Serpent General, the image of Bastok is pretty far off the mark. In his home nation, General Zazarg was once a captain in an elite organization called the Musketeers. Greetings, Iron Eater. I haven't seen you since that incident down in... Cut the small talk. Do you know why I called you here? I'm sure I couldn't tell you. Don't play the fool with me, Zazarg. Oh, you're referring to the Gold Musketeers' little expedition to Palboro. Our nation is entering a new stage of negotiation with the Quad of forces. Now, whether that leads us into war or reconciliation, we don't need you and your Gold Musketeers stirring up a hornet's nest. Is that right? Well, it just so happens I had full approval from a Department of Industry official. You can take a look at the mission documents if you want. I know all about that. That's why I called you here in person. There might be a president in office, but both you and I know our nation lacks unity. There's still tension among the races, and the ministries are embroiled in endless power struggles. Politics is for the politicians. It's got nothing to do with me, and that's the way I like it. That's where you're wrong. If we here in the military don't keep an eye on the trouble in our own government, the future of this nation will be grim. Don't tell me you can't see the corruption of the officials that think nothing of using your troops to turn a profit. You think this is funny? Of course I know what's going on. The Department of Industry will be securing a decent chunk of the budget next year thanks to us. You knew this and still... Ever since we started operations in the Palboro mines, who knows how many miners have lost their lives to marauding Quadiv. I've seen enough crying children to last me 6 reincarnations. I'll shake hands with the Shadow Lord himself, it'll give me the chance to smash some turtle men. Zazarg. Iron Eater. We can talk until our teeth fall out, but we'll never see eye to eye. I'm not done with you yet. Well, what's done is done. I'm headed straight from here to the Ministry to tender my resignation. Your resignation? If the commanding officer for an operation quits right after a mission, it'll focus attention on the official that approved the mission in the first place. Once news gets around, people will start looking for reasons why, and then the fun starts. These politicians will be so busy scrambling around trying to save their own necks, they won't have time for scheming and plotting. So I'm asking you to let me off the hook this time. This can't be the only way. We do have constitutional law. You can bring this matter to the courts. There's no need for you to quit. Well, you see, that's not the only reason. After the thrashing we gave the Quadiv, they won't be peeking out of their shells for a few years to come. This nation will have peace for a while. Old-fashioned soldiers like me will waste away at a desk, filing papers. But I've been a warrior through countless reincarnations. The need for battle burns in my blood. There must be somewhere in this wide world of Vanadil that could use a strong sword arm. So I'm pulling up stakes and heading out to find a place that'll have me. I see. But I won't try to stop you. But Zazarg, if Bastok ever finds itself on the brink of destruction, you come on home. Nothing like that will ever happen. Not while you're around, anyway. Don't get sentimental on me. Farewell, Zazarg. Take care of this place, Iron Eater. Captain Zazarg! Look, it's this entire boys from 4th Division. They're all wearing Iron Musketeer plate armor. What's gotten you lot so riled up? There's a rumor going around that has the barracks in an uproar. What kind of rumor? I understand that you were discharged from service. Sorry, Captain, we should have known better than to listen to talk from around the fountain. It was probably started by one of the other Musketeer units, jealous of our victory in Palboro. I bet they're thrilled to be rid of me. Right, we'll have to head over and teach them to make up stories. Who said it was just a story? Yeah, more like a bad limerick. You'd think that... Wait, you're serious? No! You know it was coming. Those squabbling politicians won't have me to kick around anymore. You can't do this to us, Captain. What are we supposed to do without you? Give it a break, lads. I'm not your pappy. Didn't you go meet with Iron Eater? Does he have something to do with this? When have I ever listened to Iron Eater? I'm doing this on my own free will. But... So it's all final then? Yes, I'm putting Bastok behind me. But where will you go? Have you heard of the Silent Empire? The Near Eastern nation that ignored our cries for aid during the Great War? My grandpappy told me about that place. Well, that's where I'm going. But Captain, there's talk of trouble brewing across the sea. That's why I'm headed there. There's sure to be normal citizens getting caught in the middle. And maybe I can save one or two of them from a fate they don't deserve. Sounds like your heart's set on it. I better get packing. Me too. Idiots! Who's going to look after your families if you come trailing after me? And I want the city to still be standing when I come back to visit. Yes, Captain. Now that's more like the Gold Musketeer unit I am proud to have served with. Be well, lads. And so the young Zazarg put the Republic of Bastok behind him. One moment, my good man. At the time, there was no mercenary ferry from Mara to the port in Elzabi. No, there wasn't. There was no Salahim Sentinels either. Zazarg was recruited by one of the illegal scouting businesses that flourished back then. This black market operation arranged a nighttime airship flight to Atargan with Zazarg as its cargo. Why does that all sound so awfully familiar? I think you know the method I'm talking about, Fari Wari. I think I got his name wrong. It's Fari Wari, my good man. I'm surprised our famous general made it here alive. General Zazarg is carved from the stone he takes his name from. I've seen him bend swords with his bare fingers. And so this mighty Galka entered the country with relatively little difficulty. Then what happened? Well, for a time he worked as a freelance mercenary and picked up the odd smuggling job on the side to pay his debt to the organization that helped him get here. A tragic turn of events. One day the captain of an elite military unit, the next a simple mercenary grubbing for coin. You have no idea. Back then the Imperial Army treated mercenaries as little more than cannon fodder. Even I was guilty of an unconscious bias when it came to hired swords in our company. But then there came an event that would turn Zazarg's life around. Oh, and? Salahim Sentinels was founded. That's the big life-changing event? How could that greedy president and her soul-devouring company help anyone? I can see why you think that, considering its current reputation, but Salahim Sentinels was established with Imperial authorization. And President Naja's negotiations with the commanding officers did have a positive effect on mercenary treatment. And I suppose Zazarg joined the company? Yes. And from then on, not a day passed when the name of Zazarg wasn't spoken in relation to some great deed. He was renowned not only for his prowess in battle, but also for leadership among his fellow mercenaries. But his true talent lay in his ability to predict an enemy's strategies and to react swiftly to sudden shifts in battle. In time, even the officers from the Imperial Army were visiting Zazarg for advice in military matters. President Naja must have been delighted to have such a valuable employee. So delighted that she opened the Salahim Officer Academy and appointed Zazarg as its first principal. Principal Zazarg? That would be a popular school, I'm sure. I'm afraid not everyone in the Imperial Army was pleased with Zazarg's achievements. One day, a letter detailing his past in the Bastokan Musketeers somehow found its way to the palace. Be at ease. You are Major Zazarg of Salahim Sentinels? Sir. Word of your impressive deeds has reached us here at the palace. You are most kind. I wonder if you are aware of the rumors circulating around the ports. I apologize, Grand Vizier, but as a soldier I spend little time listening to gossip. To allow me to enlighten you, the rumors say you were once a member of the Bastokan Gold Musketeers, a captain no less. This is true, sir. Oh, you make no attempt to hide this fact. No, sir, I left the Musketeers some time ago, and now make my living as a simple mercenary. You retain no connections? None, sir. Still, this presents us with a dilemma. If the Empire were to go to war with Bastok, what would be your position? I would resign my post. I wish to shed the blood of my kinsmen as little as I wish to fight the Empire that took me in. Commendable answer. A soldier that would betray his own country cannot be trusted, but it appears you are of different stock. The Empire has no need of... The Empire has need of commanders like you, Major Zazarg. Would you consider taking the position of general in our Imperial Army? Your talents are wasted as a sellsword. I accept, with one condition. Name it. I ask that you trust me as you would a native of Atargon. Naturally, I would never put you in charge of our elite troops if you weren't to be trusted completely. Show me your worth. Sir. And so Zazarg found himself catapulted into the position of general. What a fantastic tale! Such a lucrative piece this shall be. An inspirational, but the story is not done. Of course, he is a general, but not yet a Serpent General. Please continue. There's still so much to tell, but I'm afraid I must return to my post. No, you were as cruel as fair Beata. Do you know of the lay point found deep within the Wajoam woodlands? Yes, it's very well known, but by my attendant here. You can find General Zazarg there during his off-duty hours. I've heard he searches for something he lost in the area. Perhaps you could try speaking with him in person. Oh, no, I've had my fill of speaking with generals in person. There's nothing to fear. Just mention you are a friend of Tal Hall. Good fortune. Well, I suppose I have no choice. I must ask my loyal attendant once more to wedge home woodlands with you. Alright. Boom diada, boom diada, boom diada, boom diada. Man, we're already 40 minutes in. Dun, 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 dun. Are we not gonna get to our powered up trusts in this episode either? Jeez, yes. I mean, technically, once we get this Azarg trust, I think we'll have 86, so we could just go get the trust power up. But, I mean, we are just doing Serpent Generals through and through, and like, if we just do them all, right, like, we're almost done with 3 of them, right? We're halfway through 2 quests, and I think we have 1 cutscene quest between that and then being able to do the next 2. And then there's a finish up quest, so it's what, like a total of, let's see, 1 half, 1, 2, there's like 4 more quests total technically, or something like that. Alright, Moogle. Show me the money. Okay, I mean, show me the money. Show me the money. Thank you. Give me my ring. My old doom ring. Oh yeah, ninjas. So normally at this point this would be where you farm the rusty metal. But we already farmed the rusty metal. So we'll sip on our Mountain Dew Voltage instead. And use our old Doom ring when it comes active. And apparently the other quest is literally just taking the arrow we found to a Ewab watchtower at F5, and then we get a cutscene with General Najalith. And this is actually the first instance of the Serpent Generals have to be in Alzabi for these quests to work. So that's a thing. But in this era, that's not something you have to really worry about. You know, with item level people being able to destroy an entire wave of besieged by themselves. What brings you out here? Tal Hall said I would give you an interview. Who gave him permission to speak for my free time? Sorry, but it'll have to wait. I'll find that damn trinket if it kills me. Wait a minute, what have you got there? Isn't that my old medal? Let me see that. Can't believe it. Where'd you find it? Well, what do you know? Just looking at this thing takes me back. Since you came all the way out here, you might as well stick around and listen to me reminisce. You want to hear what happened after I became a general? I was supposed to be put in charge of an elite unit. Well, those troops turned out to be green conscripts from the Empire's worst backwaters. Most of them were violent types that were drafted into the army in place of serving a jail sentence. I guess I was given the bad apples that nobody else wanted to deal with. But you know, after facing death 100 times together, those boys and girls started to act like a real unit. In 6 months, they transformed into real soldiers you could trust to watch your back in a scrap. Of course, I had been subjecting them to my special brand of instruction the entire time. That was about when it happened. Well, if it isn't General Zazarg, how goes the patrol? Greetings, Wamad. How's the shoulder healing up? Very well, thanks to that ointment you suggested. Here, look at this. That's good to see. But make sure you take it easy, old-timer. Your granddaughter will have my head on a pike. Oh, I'm still a spring chicken compared to you, General Zazarg. I'll give you that one. General Zazarg! What is it? Some foreign sailors that beached their ship on Imperial soil just a while ago are causing a commotion down at the port. Foreign sailors? What am I, immigration control? Tell them to round up the troublemakers and send them off to the immortals. It's just that these troublemakers are calling for you by name. For me? Marines from the Maelstrom Company are dealing with them right now, but I thought it best if you were informed. I see. Thank you, soldier. I guess I better go see what this is all about. Take things slowly, Wamad. I'm telling you. We're just Bastokan fishermen that were caught up in a storm. Oof. Do fishermen from Bastok usually dress in full plate armor? You must have some nasty sea life over there. If you could just tell Zazarg that we're here, he'll clear everything up. He's a distant relative of mine. You do know that General Zazarg is a Galka. I said distant. Lads. Cousin Zazarg. You look well, sir. What are you boys doing here? You know this riffraff, General? I'll vouch for them, yes. Then I'll release them into your custody. I would advise keeping this quiet from the immortals. You know how they get. I'll keep that in mind. And what's gotten into you lot? Ever since you left, the Gold Musketeers have slowly been strangled with rules and discipline. Those of us who are under your command are being weeded out. When we heard rumors that you'd made a general here, we came to see it for ourselves. Captain, we want to take orders from you again. We'll show this country what a real squad of soldiers can do. You know, I seem to recall asking you lads to take care of Bastok while I was gone. Yeah, you did say something along those lines. Go home. I don't want to see your ugly mugs here again. Captain! So, what's the deal with his crew? They claim to be fishermen, but anyone with eyes can see they're Bastokan spies from an inner circle of government, I would guess. Explain yourself. It's obvious that General Zazarg is acquainted with those men. Well, isn't that interesting? Sir, I would also conjecture that this meeting was planned to take place in a less public place. Stroke of luck that we found him first. Let's wrap this up before the Immortals get a whiff of the action. Sir, yes, sir. I can't wait to see that great oaf squealing like a pig. Go on, get out of here. Do you mean to abandon your families? But, Captain! General Zazarg? What is it? Can't you see I'm busy? We have some questions for you. Would you accompany me, please? General Zazarg, is anything wrong? The port is under our jurisdiction. This is none of your affair. It becomes our affair when you try to arrest our commanding officer. Did you think we'd just stand by and let you take him away? You'll all be arrested for aiding a suspected criminal. Is that right? We'll see how much arresting you do when you're looking for your teeth on the cobblestone. Knock it off. Alzabi is under attack. The Mamulcha savages have breached the Valron defense line. They're advancing on the Imperial capital. Martial law has been declared in Alzabi. Repeating, martial law has been declared in Alzabi. Damn it, not now. Guess we'll have to have that chat another time, eh? Maybe you could be heading back to your base. This isn't over. Listen up, the lizardmen are headed for the west gate. We must blunt the initial assault. Prepare the defenses. Sir, yes, sir. What about us? Ah, you lads, come with me then. Sir! General Zazarg, I've been looking for you. Actually, boys, you better stay here until I call for you. Sir!
Let's go, Jaja.
What do you make of it? It looks like a diversionary tactic, just as you suspected. The force of the West Gate is doing its best to keep our attention. I would guess that the main thrust of their army is heading towards the signal tower, or the rear gate. A southern gate is still under repairs from some cur tried to burn it down. We must send reinforcements immediately. We have no troops in reserve. Even the mercenaries have been deployed. Wait, where are you going? I can handle a few lizard men. You just worry about overseeing the battle here, General Ruhajin. Captain! What the? We didn't come all this way to watch you get yourself killed. We're with you. You stubborn? Ah, to hell with it. Let's teach those beastmen to fear the Gold Musketeers. Sir! Yes, sir! Charge! First, allow me to extend our gratitude. Your defense at the southern gate against overwhelming odds was nothing less than miraculous. Her magnificence also expresses her appreciation. However, I regret to inform you that I have other reasons for calling you here. General, you stated to me that you had left the Gold Musketeers and retained no ties with your former compatriots. That is correct, sir. Then how do you explain those warriors behind you? The General had no idea we were coming. I'm sure there are perfectly valid excuses for your presence. I hear these men played a vital role in repelling the invaders. They appear to be competent and trustworthy soldiers. However, we cannot ignore military law. It would be send the wrong message to our soldiers. Do you understand? Sir, your punishment will be meted out presently. Your troops hold you in high esteem. However, there are many high-ranking officers that follow your actions with suspicion. If I may, Grand Vizier, speak. I am an outsider in the Imperial Army, and I can never repay the generosity of Her Magnificence. I am also formerly a proud member of the Gold Musketeers, an organization that strictly enforces military discipline. I willingly accept any punishment I am due. Captain! However, it is said that these men deserted their unit and attempted to enter the Empire illegally. The Gold Musketeers pledged their bodies and souls in defense of their nation and its people. These irresponsible curs could never be the men I trained in the Gold Musketeers. They are not worthy of the name. Damn! Then you'd submit that these men are nothing more than simple fishermen? Sir, if necessary, I'll thrash them within an inch of their lives and throw them back into the ocean myself. Captain, how could you? Silence! Well, we can hardly hold you responsible for the actions of some wayward fishermen. We cannot forget that they were instrumental in protecting the capital from invasion. General Ruhajin, I leave matters in your capable hands. Sir, the Empire thanks you for your courage. Sir. We never meant to cause so much trouble. Everything turned out for the best. If it wasn't for you boys, I'd probably be stuffed and served in a Muljob banquet by now. Sir, take care of yourself, Captain. Same goes for you. There's something else. What? The food here giving you a bellyache? This is yours. Republican Iron Medal. I received this when I was still in the Bastokan Regulars. How did you... I should say a friend of yours was holding on to it. A friend of mine. Speak clearly, man. We were told not to say anything, but that ship we came here in, it was actually organized by Iron Eater. If you were miserable here, we were supposed to throw you in the boat and bring you home. What? And if you want to stay, but things were tough, we were told to show you the medal to cheer you up. Do I look like I need babysitting? You tell Iron Eater this. This nation has need of my fists. But if he ever deprives Bastok of its finest soldiers ever again, I'll bring my fists back there and knock some sense into him. Good to see this place hasn't changed you, sir. Are the passengers ready? They're about to experience the height of teleportation excellence. Go ahead. I'm delighted to offer my superlative spellcraft in service to the great General Zazarg. Be well, lads. Farewell. That's the warp Taru that you can pay money to get warped back to Juno. May your fists never slow, Captain. Aw, yeah, we got a dose of Bastok. Gotta love it. We're having a terrible time trying to suppress the rumors. I apologize. The command staff can barely keep up with the mountain of inquiries and thank you letters regarding the efforts of those plate-armored fishermen. There's no dampening your spirits, is there? But those rumors will make it difficult for you to continue as an enlisted general. Really? I hadn't paid much attention to them myself. General Zazarg, I've been thinking. From my observation, these beastmen attacks on the capital will only increase in frequency. I agree, those lizardmen were in a frenzy to get inside the walls. Exactly. In actual fact, I am in the process of gathering a corps of talented generals at the behest of the Empress. Our prime objective will be the defense of the astral Candescence, the capital and its people, and the Empress herself. I could use your mighty fists and keen strategic mind. What say you? General Ruhajin, are you sure you want a foreign general in your little band? What concerns me is your heart, not your nationality. You have shown amazing compassion for both our citizens and our troops. Well, if you think you can use an old-fashioned soldier like me, my fists are yours. And that's how it all turned out. But listen to me prattle on like an old woman. You see what I mean, don't you? That medal is a symbol of my connection with Bastok, even if it is a little rusty. This is the place where I first arrived in Nargon, the beginning of my new life, I guess you could say. There I go again, babbling like a rookie back from my first battle. Come to think of it, you're awfully patient for a mercenary. I bet you can't wait to jump back into the thick of things. And I don't know where we pick up the trust for that. But obviously, we can now pick up the trust for that. Let's see, where do we get... Where do we get it, yeah? Complete Fist of the People, speak with Fariwari and Ottergot Whitegate K-12. Okay, so that's all we gotta do for that. But, since we're here, right, we might as well go up to the Giwab Watchtower and do Najalith cutscenes, yeah? Also, I gotta love that lore on Zazarg, because like he was our you know, when we did Wings of the Goddess, we went through the Bastok missions for our first mission, and the Bastok quests and missions, you sign up as part of the Fighting Fourth, and he's the leader of the Fighting Fourth, and so we've actually served under him in a military capacity whenever we go to the past. It's a pretty cool connection. They're doing this current event with Register to Eminence this month. It's this new thing they're trying. It's called Van About. And apparently it's like, do all this stuff daily, do all this stuff daily. or something, and then there's monthly ones. And the monthly ones range from being very easy to do, like this one is just deal 100,000 damage. I got that done over the course of 2 ambuscades. But the rest of it's just like, it's pretty up there. But the thing they're encouraging is they're actually encouraging with this people to switch their jobs up and, you know, play tank, play healer, play magic damage dealer, play physical damage dealer. And apparently, if you get the monthlies done, you'll earn 150 of these things called plaudits. And if you can earn up to something like 1,650 plaudits during the time frame that they've given us. They've given us till December 25th to earn plaudits. And you can turn the plaudits in for a reward at a certain NPC. And the reward for 900 plaudits is actually 100 deeds of heroism, which is 2.5 months worth of deeds of heroism. And believe you to me, I want that. So I'm gonna be sticking my ass in ambuscade. Not because I actually have anything I really super need to upgrade from ambuscade, but because I want I want the rewards from the deeds of heroism. Hello? I really meet another soul out here. Gawish is worried about me, you say. I'm sorry you were sent out here on such a trivial matter. Please let them know that I'll return shortly. Wait. Is that a frayed arrow? Or are you just going to take it? Do you know what that is? Well, I suppose you wouldn't. I doubt it would have much value for anyone but myself. This precious arrow reminds me of an event I never want to forget. I visit this place sometimes to fit it to my bow and relive one of the most trying moments in my life. Stay a while and I'll tell you the tale that hinges on that single arrow. It was a time when the beastman invasion of the Empire's western lands was far less threatening than it is today. I had injured my shoulder while fighting as an archer on the eastern front. Alzabi was considered a quiet post, and I was transferred here for a chance to heal my wounds. This also happened to be the city where my younger brother was stationed. Hey, isn't that Lady Najalith, the famous archer? She's supposed to be convalescing here, but she looks pretty strong to me. I hear she pierced the helmet of an enemy general with one shot when he poked his head up over a siege wall for just a moment too long. Seems a little far-fetched. I mean, she seems so passive. Yes, I expected someone a little more striking. I wouldn't judge her by her demeanor. Her father is Instructor Tyra, a famous bowmaster that teaches archery to the Imperial soldiers. Isn't that a Far Eastern name? He probably betrayed his own nation to gain prestige and a respected position in ours. No, I've seen some of his techniques in action. He can hit a target the size of a cocoon's head from the back of a galloping chocobo. Well, even if that's so, it doesn't mean his talent has been passed on to his children. Children? Lady Najalith is Riaf's older sister. Really? Riaf the Rat? That Riaf? I saw his military records once, I'm sure of it. So Riaf is her younger brother. That proves talent isn't hereditary. She's looking over here. Has my brother done something? No, nothing, Lady Najalith. That's good to hear. Are you on duty today, Lady Najalith? No, I've taken the day off to celebrate my brother's birthday. What brings you to the palace? There is a portrait of Balron that hangs within the Imperial grounds. Riaf has always been fond of that hat he wears in the picture. And so you braved the palace bureaucracy to research the design? You're quite devoted to your brother. Well, he took very good care of me while I was wounded. Does it still pain you? No, the injury is almost fully healed now. If you'll excuse me, I must be on my way. Such a gentle soul. I can't imagine the grief her brother must bring her. It's quite a handful. Nagilith. Nagilith. Oh, Riaf. Sorry I'm late. You wouldn't believe how many forms you had to fill out before they let you tour the palace grounds. Nagilith? Shall we go find a place to eat, or would you prefer I made you dinner in the barracks? I've been learning how to bake while my injury heals. That's okay. Actually, I have something I wanted to ask you. I know, you want your birthday present, right? It's a very stylish hat. The materials may end up costing a coin or two, though. But don't you worry about that. If I sell my Medal of Valor, we should be able to afford it. No, that's not what I... It's fine, really. What do I need a medal like that for? To let enemies know I've been wounded? Angela, would you just listen? What is it, Riaf? I'm glad we have all this time together now that we're in the same battalion, but you and I are soldiers, right? I want you to stop all this. All this? All this looking out for little brother's behavior. But why? You are my little brother, after all. I'm a full-fledged soldier in the Imperial Army. I don't need you treating me like a child. I never meant to. After our mother died so young, I just felt that I appreciate all you've done for me, I really do. But things have changed. You may not have noticed, but people recognize you here. I'm tired of being compared to my talented older sister. I want to be recognized on my own merits, not as the brother of Nagilith, the incomparable archer. Riaf. This is the city. There will always be people who try to put you down. But you can't let it affect you. You are my wonderful, irreplaceable little brother. That's not enough for me. One day soon I'll be as skilled a soldier as you are. I'm sure of it. I believe in you. You don't understand, but you will. What do you mean? Nagilith, what are you doing here? I'm off duty today. I'm sorry to hear that, but we have an emergency situation. You must return to headquarters immediately. I can't. I have to go have a hat made for... The captain has asked for you specifically, some sort of special mission. Riaf, you have your duty. You should go, Nagilith. Your skills may lessen the amount of blood that could be spilled. Okay, but I want to continue this conversation when my mission is over. Farewell, Nagilith. This is the last time you'll see me as your little brother. Zor Horazur the Golden has mobilized the trolls under his command, and we anticipate that he will lead his rogue group in an assault on the capital. Ordinarily, we'd welcome the attack of a small splinter group, but... Does she need more time to finish repairs on the city walls? Exactly. You can count on me, sir. Nagilith, your wound is not completely healed. It's a little stiff, but I can still draw my bow. That's welcome news. I've seen you split a Chigo. Yeah, I've seen you spit a Chigo, like a barbecue spit. Got it. At 100 yalms, I'm certain Zor Horazur will be worm food before he gets within twice that distance. I'll send our request for mission approval to operations immediately. Wait. By the time we've cut through all that red tape, we may have lost the enemy's position and the chance to strike a blow from afar. I don't wish to place the citizens of this city in any danger. Without permission from operations, we'll have no reinforcements. I need no reinforcements. I'll have less chance of being detected if I go alone. As your superior, I cannot allow you to undertake such a reckless... Captain, I'm off duty, remember? If a group of trolls happens to interrupt my picnic in the woods, well... Very well. Nagilith, set up a sniper spot at Giwabwich Tower in the northwest of the Wadjon Woodlands. We believe Zor Horazur will pass by there on his way to Alzabi. Understood. We have no further intelligence on the situation. If you feel you are in any danger, you are to abandon the mission and report in. I will have a support unit ready to come to your aid. Thank you, Captain. Nagilith, you're to set out with all haste. The rest of you be prepared for battle at a moment's notice. Magilith. Sir? It's not that I lack faith in your skill, but something tells me you're going to run into trouble out there. Maybe it's about time I took a day off as well. But Captain... Galbab, clear things with operation in my stead. Sir, be careful, sir. Salwan, you weren't busy today, were you? No, Captain. I need a messenger. Come join the picnic. I'd love to, sir. Now, if only we had time to pack a hamper. I'll remember that for next time, Captain. Anything? Nothing yet, sir. Perhaps this Zorhorser had a change of heart or just got hungry and went home. Here they come. I don't see anything. You will soon enough. Their footfalls. Something's not right. There. How strange. The trolls are rushing around like they're in a blood frenzy, but I don't see any reason why. It's gonna make it hard to pick off their leader. Do they mean to charge in a wild rage the entire weight of the capital? I'll try to make the shot. Even one less enemy troll will be a blessing. Stay your bow. We only have one chance at this. You should know better than to waste it on grunts. There's someone... Riaf? Riaf! Oh, sorry. What is he doing out here? He's supposed to be safely behind the city walls. How do I help him? Magilith, it's Zorhorser. What are you waiting for? Take the shot. But I could hit Riaf. Damn it, how did he get into the middle of all this? I'm sure I don't want to know, sir. But he definitely has Zorhorser's attention. Why? Quickly, Magilith. Your brother has angered the trolls. There's no saving him now, no matter what we do. If we fail here, there's nothing to stop that raging horde from reaching Alzabi. Too many lives are at stake. Shoot that great brute. If you can't make the shot, aim for Riaf. Trolls will have to the object of the wrath and hopefully return to Halvung for a time. We need to bolster our defenses. How could you ask such a thing? Listen to me, Magilith. You're the only archer I know who can put an arrow through troll armor. Take the shot. Whether it hits Zorhorser or Riaf, the capital will be spared. There's no other choice. Magilith! I cannot risk my brother's life. Magilith! I cannot. They've disappeared into the trees. That dolt is leading them straight to the capital. We're too late. Our mission has failed. Zalwan, inform operations of the situation immediately. Sir! Magilith, I thought I could do it. I learned of the troll's route from a rumor monger. I lay in wait thinking I could surprise their leader, slay him, and then steal away before the rest could react. I would have saved the city. And then people would respect me like they respect you. I never imagined Zorhorser would be so strong. So very, very strong. Serves you right, boy. Did you hear? Yes. Such a tragic story. How many people were lost because of her? Just terrible. How could she freeze up at such a crucial moment and allow those brutes to terrorize the city? Master Archer, indeed. I'd be hiding my face too if I were her. They say Lady Angela submitted a report detailing her transgression and presented herself at the stockade. What could be going through her mind? Wonder what her punishment will be. Exile? Hanging? Beheading? It seems unfair after all she's done for the Empire. Magilith, the General is very serious about military conduct. If you persist on this course, your punishment will be harsh. I'm willing to lend my voice to your cause. Please reconsider your report. Why are you so eager to offer yourself for the chopping block? Our mission was not even officially sanctioned. I appreciate your words, Captain, but I cannot forget or forgive a failure of this magnitude. What about your brother? His period of confinement is almost at an end. Someday he will come to understand my decision. Magilith. Archer Magilith, 11th Archer Platoon, reporting for sentencing. Enter. Magilith, do you swear by her magnificence to speak no falsehoods? I swear. Very well, now to summarize your report. You claim to have attempted to eliminate an enemy leader for personal glory. You also claim to have acted independently of orders during your off-duty hours. You ignored orders from Captain Yastra, who tried to dissuade you from your course, and proceeded to loose an arrow at the enemy, only to miss. You then fled back to the city, essentially leading the troll army right to our undefended doorstep. Am I missing anything? No, sir. Do you mock me, soldier? No, sir, I had no intention of... I have received reports from Captain Dalbab, Corporal Zalwan, and Scout Rioff. All of these reports are consistent, except yours. How do you explain this? Am I to assume you filed a false statement? No, sir, In addition to your crimes against the Empire, you have broken your oath to the Empress. Your sentence is passed. Sir, do you have any last words before your punishment is carried out? I do. I have pursued excellence in archery, believing it would allow me to protect my family. Even now, I don't truly know. I don't know if I truly believe I should have fired that arrow without regard for my brother's life. I don't know if I could fire that arrow should the same situation arise again. You have lost confidence in your skill? Yes. My bow was useless. I didn't save a single person that day. Not the citizens who were attacked, not even my own brother. If I had just been a little stronger, if my aim had been a little more true, I deserve my punishment. Your trial is over. Magilith Tyra, for crime of endangering Imperial citizens to protect your own flesh and blood, you were sentenced to beheading. Present yourself for execution. This day, Magilith Tyra was executed according to military law. And Magilith Varivaya is appointed to the position of captain in the Sky Serpent Generals' personal guard. Why? You lament your lack of skill with the bow? Yes, sir. Nonsense. What you lacked was the courage to act. The courage to accept the possibility of losing something dear to you, and the resolution to risk it for the greater good. Magilith, you will fight under my banner in a sea of constant battle, and you will learn to master yourself. Once you have mastered yourself, perhaps then you will truly be in a position to protect your brother. You will also pay your debt to the Empire. The lives that were lost in this unfortunate incident will be balanced by the lives you save in the battles to come. A new weapon for a new day. Sir,
I swear to make the most of this opportunity you have given me. I will atone for my crimes. And that is my story. The arrow you hold is this very same arrow I was unable to fire that day. When I was appointed as the Gale Serpent General, you ask? That's a story for another time. I still work to erase the damage caused by my indecision. In my heart, that debt may never truly be repaid. But my will is certainly stronger than before. The Serpent Generals are a formidable group, and frightening alongside such stalwart companions, fighting alongside such stalwart companions gives me strength. And then there are mighty mercenaries such as you, of course. Which reminds me, I don't believe you've introduced yourself. Calm Wind, is it? Thank you for listening to my tale. You have helped lighten the load on my spirit. I look forward to seeing you beside me on the field of battle. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, wow, we're like an hour and a half in. So we gotta go at least grab our trust from Kariwari or whatever his name is. Kariwari? I don't know. I've lost track of shit. Oh god, excuse me. Man, these are some beefy long-ass cutscenes, too. Like, we are getting, like... I mean, we're eating well for Serpent General lore, but, like... That was, like, what? Like a 25-minute cutscene? It's longer than some of the fucking story cutscenes from, like, Chains from Mathia. Oh, well, though, it could be worse. Now, the other cool thing about these Serpent General trusts is that the more of them you have out at the same time, the more of a bonus they all get to one another. And I don't know the entire bonus of what they get, but apparently Ruhajin, if you have the other 4 out at the same time, he will gain like minus 30% damage taken on top of whatever his base of that is as a paladin tank trust. So pretty cool. Apparently his Azarg gets minus 15%. Another assistant, huh? Is this going to be getting the trust? How are you living life these days? I know you've done a lot for me, but I'm finding myself in need of your help again. Well, not me, my alter ego. Ha ha ha, I bet you're wondering why I know so much about the Trust Initiative. Once a serpent, always a serpent. Besides, I heard the whole deal from Gadalar and Millie. What's more, I can't help but worry about these gold musketeers from Bastok. Don't get me wrong, I'm not about to leave the defense of the front line to outsiders. But you've made quite a name for yourself, traveling to the 4 corners of Vana'diel. Surely you understand my predicament. With my alter ego, I can fight by your side without ever leaving my post. Together we can make miracles happen. What do you say? Hell yeah! Hell yeah it's gonna be, because you're gonna let me finally get my 86th trust. But first we've got barriers to overcome. What was it we needed? Friendship? Trust? Yeah, that's right. Trust isn't something you build up overnight, and if you're not careful, it can be snuffed out like a candle in a winter storm. That reminds me, there's something I've always wondered about you. Namely, why is it I have a feeling that I fought with you in the Great War a score of years ago? I know it doesn't make a lick of sense. My memory mustn't be what it used to. There was this runt just like you back in the 7th cohort. Just thinking about how much you remind me of him makes me dizzy. It can only mean one thing. We were destined to fight at each other's side. Gah! Wait, there's something welling up inside me. What is it? Swing. Sparkle, sparkle. I hope I'm not too late to the party. Why is it always me? Pin something special in commemoration of this one. That my legend be told not only in Argon, but in the Middle Lands and beyond. Doesn't matter if they're as strong as mithril or as flimsy as paper. If they get in your way, we'll paint the town red with their blood. Fallen. Oh, breathlessly, huh? Scooby-Dooby-Doo. My instincts knew it all along, huh? See it taking shape before you, huh? My attendance fee? A penance, you say? You were just witness to an historical, never-to-be-repeated moment of grand inspiration. Some might say I should be charging you. Okay, he foresees the day that he'll need me once again. And we could talk to him and start the very next one right now, I suppose. But then we have a bunch more cutscenes to go through. We're already almost at an hour and a half. And I don't know if I'm going to last much longer tonight, so let's go ahead and go to Juno and see about getting our trusts upgraded. I don't think it's very long or involved, but now that we have Zazark, I believe if we count Apururu, we actually have 87 trusts. But of course, she doesn't count for the purposes of the count. So I think that we're finally at 86 trusts. And let's just go to Juno and verify. If somehow we're not, we can always come back next time and do all of the rest of the Water Serpent and Flame Serpent. And that'll be fun, I suppose. It'll also net us the Gadalar Trust. Which I don't think he's probably not very good at all, because he's a black mage that likes to melee, but I don't know. Okay, someone is examining us. Oh my. I think we talked to Marjorie for the trust enhancement. Well, it took you long enough to come speak with me. I've been sending furtive glances your way for what seems like an eternity now. You know, you really should give up on helping Jamal with his utterly pointless research. Like everything he does, it's destined to end in abject failure. Huh? What do you mean it's none of my business? You know who you're speaking to? I'm Marjorie, the most brilliant magician this realm has ever seen, and the foremost expert on trust research. I am somewhat surprised you did not know that already. At any rate, there's a certain matter I need your help with. Sure, I am pleased to see you make such a wise decision. I cannot wait to see what that buffoon Jamal choke on his own words. Now then, Jamal likes to equate the darkness of alter egos to the root of all evil, or some such nonsense, but as with most things, he could not be more wrong. These are just my thoughts on the issue, but, you see, unlike Jamal, I do not believe that the trust magic is something meant to be cast outwards from the user. No. Trust magic is designed to look within us. In other words, the alter egos take shape due to the power contained within a kind of unseen pipeline inside of us that conveys our feelings and thoughts to them. That got me thinking, if one could somehow boost the amount of those feelings and thoughts being sent, it could lead to the alter ego itself becoming even more powerful. What do you mean you don't understand? You really are quite dense, aren't you? Well, I'm stuck with you, I guess, so you'll need to find a few things if you're to help me with my research. First of all, you'll need this special diamond. It's capable of detecting the feelings and thoughts you direct at the alter ego you are summoning. This diamond then stores them within its crystalline confines. Once it has gathered a certain amount of thoughts and feelings, it will change color. So basically, I need you to use your trust magic until you see the diamond change color. To help you to that end, I've also prepared something else for you. I ordered the A-Man to provide you with a list of records of eminence objectives. These are 3 objectives for you to complete. You simply need to complete them all to collect what is necessary. Ah, that reminds me, no matter what, you must not lose this diamond. It is made from an extremely rare gemstone, so I forced my mother's jewelry shop to let me have it. It was originally a rather unusual diamond that changed color whenever it sensed the change in the surrounding temperature. I simply used a little magic to make some key improvements and recreate something from a legend I once heard in a faraway land. Now then, let's begin the experiment. Obtained key item, memory gem. A new Records of Eminence objective filled to capacity is now available. Okay, is that in... Okay. Vanquish monsters together with an alter ego in non-Abyssia areas and earn the requisite number of capacity points. So apparently to power up our trusts, we are going to have to earn 500,000 capacity points. Or in translation, that would be about... Oh, how much would that be in job points? A job point is 30,000 capacity points. So let's see, every 3 capacity points would be basically... So 9 job points would be 450,000. And so 11? Wait, no, hold on. Hold on, 30,000 capacity points. 10 capacity points would be 300,000. Okay. So 15 job points would be 450,000. 16. So almost 17 job points with alter egos. So I guess it's not just we get them. We now gotta go XP grind. Which I guess at this point we actually have an excuse to go earn job points, which we need still. I mean, we're not anywhere close to mastering our jobs or anything. But so I guess I'll have to do that. And of course, I would like to finish up the Serpent General quest lines. So maybe we just go back and start the next one just in case or something. Or maybe we just take a break and go to bed. Either way, we're at over an hour and a half, so thanks for watching. Stay safe and have a great day. And I don't know if we'll have powered up trust next time or not, but I'll seek to complete this row objective mostly off camera, and we'll see what happens. So again, thanks for watching. Stay safe and have a great day. And I'll see you again next time.